Hi and welcome to Last Watch and my first video of 2021. I thought I'd start the year with a few watch predictions that you can bet your house on. Rolex will continue to be unobtainable and increase in value. Seiko will introduce more limited editions at premium prices. Timex will carry on making affordable watches that we can't help but fall in love with. Omega will release 4 new variants of the Speedmaster with a dot over 90. And the G-Shock will rule supreme as the ultimate grab-and-go beta watch. Sorry, what was that? Omega have already released the new Speedmasters? And they've got the dot? That was quick. Okay, I should maybe leave the watch predictions to those channels that have better contacts than myself. But before normal watch review service resumes, I thought I'd take the opportunity to shine a spotlight on the good, the bad, and the not quite ugly highlights from the last year. I'll get round to the watch reviews in a jiffy, but a worthy mention must go to the Mirage luxury travel watch roll that I reviewed only a couple of months ago. It's a quality product and home to 3 of my favourite watches. If you're looking for somewhere safe and secure for your little treasures, then this fairly affordable watch case is something you should consider. As hard as it might be to ignore, I shall skip past the Steinhardt as it's been in my collection for a few years now. The first watch on the good list today is my Omega Railmaster, a stunning tool watch fit for any occasion. I grabbed this in the January sales last year and saved more than £1,000 on its recommended retail price. It's the first luxury watch to stay in my collection. You'll have to forgive me for still being a little precious about when I choose to wear it. The Omega is a phenomenal watch, well built and superbly finished. It's also proof that with a bit of patience, you can still grab a luxury bargain. Alright, I'm going to mix this up a bit. The next watch comes from the bad list. As a watch reviewer, it's not my job to tell you what you should and shouldn't buy. It's merely to report what I find and give you an unbiased perspective so that you can make up your own mind about potential purchases. The Lige 1856 is a watch that I just can't recommend, and it has nothing to do with its colour. Over the last year, I've reviewed a few watches that are available from AliExpress, and being polite about it, there are other Chinese brands that do a much better job with their homages than Lige have done with the 1856. I would suggest you spend your cash elsewhere. Pagani Design would be a better alternative. In September of last year, one of you subscribers pointed me in the direction of Steel Dive UK, a UK franchise for steel dive watches. I can't thank you enough. I contacted Matthew from Steel Dive UK, who was happy to send me the 1970 for review. The 1970 is a homage to the Seiko 6105-8110, better known as the Captain Willard. Apologies to the Omega, but the 1970 is my best bang for buck pickup of 2020. It's a fantastic watch. It's by no means perfect, as there are some rough edges to the bracelet end links and the sapphire crystal is overly blue, but I think you'll be hard pushed to find a better watch for around £100. The watch was originally sent to me on loan, but I loved it so much that I decided to buy it. It gets an uncanny amount of wrist time. I suspect you may well be seeing more steel dive watches on the channel in 2021. Now to the not quite ugly. Between Christmas and Hogmanay, I reviewed the Ascari from Filippo Loretti. It's not a bad looking watch, but it suffers from a very poor cheap quartz movement and some dodgy pushers. The crown action wasn't great either. Needless to say, you guys hated it, and I'm not really in a position to defend it. However, there was one voice that stood out in the video comments that really got my attention. Dion P simply asked, "Would you be willing to give this watch away? I really love the watch." This struck a chord with me, as my mum used to say, "Shy Ben's getting out," which basically translates to, if you want something in life, then maybe you should start by asking for it. I contacted Dion and had a frank conversation with him about why he wanted a watch that kinda sucks as a chronograph, and this is what I learned. Dion is 18 years old, and he couldn't be further away from the Last Watch base. He lives in Melbourne, Australia. Courtesy of COVID, his last year of school was pretty tough. Like most kids, he did most of his schooling from home, but he hopes to go on to university to study sports science. Although Dion is a big watch fan, he doesn't currently own a single watch. He says receiving the Ascari would be a reward for all his hard work and a starting point for his collection. Now this is what I love about watch collecting. The Filippo Loretti isn't to everyone's taste, but Dion will be happy to wear it, and I guess over time his watch knowledge will grow and his collection will build and improve. If you haven't already guessed, the Ascari will be winging its way to Australia just as soon as I can get to the post office. I'm sure Dion will enjoy it for what it is. I wish him the best with his studies and of course his watch collecting. A better option to the Filippo Loretti, and coming in at the same price point, would be the Cambrian from Foreteller, a well-spec'd automatic dive watch. Sadly, it looks like the Cambrian will fall short on its Kickstarter goal. I spoke to the brand owner Sven about his plans for the future. He's totally committed to getting his watch to the market and plans a relaunch for later this year. I guess it shows just how much competition there is with micro brands that the Cambrian, which I thought was a great value proposition, didn't quite hit its production targets. What advice would you give to Sven to get his watch on your wrist? The channel is now getting close to 12,000 subscribers. I think 20,000 subs by the end of 2021 is more than achievable, but I can't do that without your help. If you haven't already done so, then I would appreciate if you would consider liking this video and hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on notifications while you're at it. It will be interesting to see what delights I can bring you over the next 12 months. One of them may already be on the table for review. You may have noticed that unopened Seiko branded box. Brownie points if you can guess what it is. I'll add some links in the description below for the good stuff in today's video. If you're a fan of the other stuff, you can do the legwork yourself. You might want to consider checking out the reviews first. What did you think of today's video? Did you appreciate the chat and conversation starter? Should I do it more often or just stick to the reviews? Let me know what your favourite watch of 2020 was, or if there's a brand that I should be checking out in 2021. If you're a watch insider that would like to share information with my audience, then please get in touch, and I promise to be discreet with your identity. And if you're a brand or even an individual that would like to send me a watch for review, then I would love to hear from you. Thank you all for watching. I wish you all the best in 2021. Stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video.